Hello, this is Michael at My Crooked Road Homestead. Hope everyone's getting along all right today. Well, today I'm gonna make this video showing you how I build my top-loaded rabbit cages, and I used my Delta CAD professional system that I have for laying out materials or whatever you want to lay out. It's a Delta CAD system, and so I put all this to scale. Everything on this is to scale, but that doesn't matter. But what I wanted to show you is how I cut these pieces, how each of these pieces fit together and everything. So anyway, we'll get started here. The first thing I want to show you is this is the bottom and the ends right here. This is the bottom and the ends. And you'll need one piece. You'll have to cut your one piece, which will be 24 inches by 72 inches, which is 6 foot. So you'll cut that off the roll. And then it'll be a 6 foot piece off. Okay. And when you got this laying down flat, what you do is, if you look up here at the top, I've got 2 inches from here to here, 2 inches on each side. You want to fold that 2 inches in. And when you're forming your metal, make sure that all your 1/2 inch slots are to the inside. Your wire is your 1/2 inches to the inside of your cage. That way it makes it a lot easier on the rabbit's feet and everything. You make sure that 1/2 inch is to the inside of the cage. The sides, it really doesn't matter, or the top doesn't matter. But this floor, which is the bottom piece, you want to make sure that your 1/2 inch slots are to the inside of the cage. Okay. So anyway, back to where I was. So you take this 2 inches, you bend it in, then you come down 18 inches, and you'll bend that into a 90 degree. And you do this on both sides, 2 over here and 18 down and 90 in. And that'll form the bottom of your cage and the end of your cages. Which you look here, this is 32 inches long and it's 24 deep. So okay. So next we're going to go down here to the sides. And on these sides, you're going to need 2 pieces. And you're going to have to cut them 20 by 32, which will actually be 24 by 32. But what you have to do is you have to cut 4 inches off the bottom of this piece, which will make it 20 inches by 32. Okay, you get that all cut and everything. And you go up here and you look right here. I got from this to here is 2 inches. And from here to there is 2 inches. So that's 2 by 2. You want to notch that out. And you'll do that on each side. Each side will be notched out like that. Then where you fold it is right across this line right here. From here to here. This piece right here. You'll fold that in 90 degrees, just like these up here are. Like this is folded in. Okay? Now, what happens is this piece here, which is your bottom, which will be your ends, that piece will fit right in this notch here. These 2 pieces will fit in these notches. That's how you made them up. Then you can J-clip them together. J-clip or hog rings. I use J-clips. Some people prefer hog rings, but I prefer J-clips. So to each their own. Okay. So we got the bottom and the ends, and we got the 2 sides. Okay, now this is your top or your door, which will go up here. It'll go up on this top right here. It'll cover this up. And that piece will be, you cut a piece 24 by 32. And then down here you'll see I've got my 2 inches and then 24. So naturally you know that 2 inches is going to be bent up on the 32-inch side, which will be 24. But anyway, so that's your top. Then when you get that top bent up, then it will J-clip to this piece right here. It'll J-clip to that piece which you've turned into a 90 degrees. That way it'll let it come down over the front of the cage. Now if y'all want, go to my video number 31 on my Crooked Road Homestead. Go to that video, and I'm showing a cage that I just built. And I put it on the ground and put the top up on it and everything. But you can get a better idea of the way that what these cages actually look like, other than off of this drawing, off these drawings here I've got. Okay, so that's all the pieces you'll need. But just remember that all these pieces have to have a 90 degrees turned on it. Every dang one of them. The top has a 90 degree turned on it. The sides have 90 degrees turned on them. And the bottom and ends have 90 degrees turned on them. So each of these 4 pieces are going to have a 90 degree on them. There won't be none of them flat, nowhere. They'll all have that 2-inch 90 degrees turned on them. If you'll remember that, well, then you'll be okay. Okay. Now, I added all these pieces up over here. There's your bottom end, 72. Your 2 sides, which is 32 each, would be 64. Then you got your top, which is 32. And that gives you 168 inches, or 14 foot. It takes 14 foot of wire to build one of these cages, is what it takes. Okay, out of a 100-foot roll, you can get 7 cages. You look over here, and I've got my 100-foot right here. Okay, I took 7 times 14, because you got 14 foot to make one cage, and that equals 98 feet. That leaves you 24 inches. Okay, we'll go back up here. Okay, here's your 100-foot roll. Here's your 98, and there's your 24. Now, I subtracted this 14 inches. And the reason for that, you're going to cut 28 pieces to make 7 cages. And you take 28 times 0.5 and it'll equal 14 inches. So you have to subtract that 14 inches from 24 inches. And that leaves you 10 inches is what you'll have left out of a 100-foot roll. And that's not very much waste. You know, you're not wasting much of anything except on these sides. You lose 4 inches on those. So, but that's very, very minimal waste. And on a 100-foot roll, I think that's, you know, you're not losing much of anything. You know, that 10 inches that you got left, that 10 inches, which is 24, you know, you can make you some hay racks to go in your cages or whatever out of that wire. It won't be used up. So anyway, I'm sorry, but I got a fly bugging me and I'm trying to get him off of me. So anyway, that's the way I build my cages. And I really hope that this video has been informative for you. And I hope that, you know, that you build some of these cages. You know, when I had my rabbitry and I had all those does and everything, well, that was back in the 80s. And back then, we always put our doors on the front of the cages. And it really didn't matter back then because I had all my cages in buildings. So I didn't really have to worry about predators. But with these top-loaded cages, I found out, I think, especially using this 1/2 by 1 inch wire. And be sure to buy 1/2 by 1 inch by 16 gauge, 24 inch wide wire. You know, a lot of people use 1 inch by 2, but you don't save any money by doing that. Plus, this 1/2 by 1 inch, it makes it a lot harder for a predator to get in there. You know, I don't even think snakes could get in in this cage. I really don't. And if they did, they'd have to be awful small snakes. So that's why I've gone to this 1/2 by 1 inch wire. Well, anyway, that's it for my top-loaded rabbit cages. And I hope this has been informative, like I said. And as I always say, if you haven't subscribed, well, please do so. Give me a thumbs up and a like. Share it with others and have a blessed day. And I'll see you on the next one. Okay, bye.